What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Owe, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, I'm not the biggest Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. I've only seen the original version from the 1980s and the version that came out in 2003. And the original version, I like that movie. It had a very raw, gritty, disgusting feel to it. In fact, I think they filmed the majority of that movie during a heat wave in July, so that's why that movie really just had like a disgusting feel to it. That made it feel real and scary in a way. And the 2003 version, that version was alright. It did have its moments, and at least we got to watch a sweaty Jessica Biel run around in a tank top for over an hour. Now, in 2022's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we follow a group of internet influencers as they purchase property in a small town in Texas, and as events unfold, they awaken the murderous Leatherface. Now, 2022's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this movie is absolutely horrible. This movie sucks so much ass. Oh, I had such a shitty time watching this movie, and one of the main reasons is that I absolutely hated the main characters in this movie. Now, I understand that, you don't have to like the main characters, but when you make such dislikable protagonists, you make it a joy to watch them get murdered. And I don't know if that's what you want to do in your horror movie. Even as much as you might dislike some characters, you still want to feel terrified in the situations that your characters are thrown into, especially with a murder psychopath like Leatherface. But in this movie, our main group of heroes are internet influencers who come into a small town to purchase property, and they do some pretty shitty things that lead up to the awakening of Leatherface. And these characters are pretty much like the worst of the Twitter mob. They're like the woke SJW types. Nothing is likable about most of these characters, so it was more of a joy for me to see them just get totally obliterated and massacred by Leatherface. I had so much joy in watching a lot of these characters die. Now, this movie can get pretty violent at times. There is a lot of gore, especially in one scene in particular that takes place in a bus. I'll say nothing after that, but yeah, even though it was gory and violent, some of the kills were pretty impressive. I was not impressed because there was zero suspense and there was like zero tension in most of the scenes. It was just a murder fest most of the time. So yeah, I did not find this film scary at all. And like I said, I was more interested and happy to see a lot of these characters die than I was fearing for their lives. And the movie just looked too polished, It just looked like a Netflix movie. Like the original movie and even the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, those films kind of had a look and a feel to it that you were in the middle of nowhere in some shitty town in America that made it feel isolated and made it feel scary. This movie takes place in a small town that just looks like a movie set. It looks like a movie set and they just had a dust storm come in and everything's covered in dirt. I mean, there was one scene that took place in a cornfield and I thought they were going to do more with that scene. And it just kind of ended abruptly. So I was like, okay, you could have took advantage of the scenery in that cornfield and you just had the scene end. So there was just zero suspense and tension to a lot of these scenes. And when it came to Leatherface in this movie, he was Leatherface, right? He was just a big brute with a face on his face and he just ran around slaughtering people with a chainsaw. My only problem with him in this movie is he was just invincible. He took a lot of damage. He got hurt a lot of times, and he just got right back up and started doing his thing. The thing about Leatherface in the previous films is he just felt like a murderous hick in the middle of nowhere who liked to slaughter people with a chainsaw. He felt like a real person who was just a psychopath. In this movie, he's another Jason Voorhees. He's another Michael Myers. So, yeah, he lost that allure and mystique to him. So I really didn't find him all that scary. And plus, like I said, once again, I was rooting for him a lot in this movie. There is one kill that Leatherface did get at the very end of the movie. I'll say that without spoiling too much. It was such a satisfying kill. And it was also filmed in a very, very, very brutal manner. Like, it was just a one-take shot. And I was like, wow. That's how you kill somebody. So, yeah, the movie definitely did end on a high note. I wasn't expecting much from this movie, but I didn't expect it to suck so much ass. I'm gonna have to give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'm gonna rate it a 4.7. So that's my review of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Have you seen the movie? What would you rate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see me again, hit that subscribe button as well. I'll see you all next time. See ya.